Slowly and finally, the end of 2023 arrived. Before saying goodbye to the best and the worst year of our life, we still had a few days. We kept walking and trying to go out, as nature is most probably one of the best healers for us. And being outside is something truly important, that we believe is helping us to move forward, as well as being with family and friends. Since the delivery, Tina had pain in her upper back and right arm. It was a strong and shooting pain that wouldn't go away. Tina was trying to relieve the pain by stretching, seeing an osteopath, which helped but didn't resolve the problem. And it is with pain that she entered the 31st January.
Tina, are you looking at me here?
That day, we went first to my parents, where Tina received her final Christmas gift. We then got ready and headed out toward the new year. For long, we didn't know what to do for New Year Eve. We were considering staying it, but my best friend invited us to spend it with him, his family and his parents, who also had invited my parents. So we accepted and liked the idea to be surrounded by family for that moment. This was also a moment we feared would be too hard, as we had seen us celebrating New Year, the three of us, with Poppy at our place. In the end, we had an amazing New Year and a great time. It was so great being with my parents, my best friends and his family, which to me are like family. We had a good time, chatted a lot, had fun, ate super yummy food, played with the dog and ended the night with a margarita. It couldn't have been any better. The 1st January, we made a brunch with my parents. The weather was insane and far from what it should have been, but at least it was sunny. We also had seen that day with Poppy, and with such a weather, the three of us could have done our 1st January ritual and go for a hike. But that was only a dream. After brunch, we rested a bit and then decided to do our ritual anyway, and went for a small hike in the forest nearby my parents' home. The trail ends on two beautiful viewpoints. The night before, my best friend Pilou had offered me such an amazing gift, an army knife with the writing Poppy on it, that I will forever carry with me. At the end of the hike, we went back to our place.
I was thinking, it's of course I want to have kids. It's just like, when I'm thinking 9 months,
Yeah, 9 months you invest in human being to feed it, to do everything, to just be with you every day, like that your body supported.
I'm not really actually afraid, I think, of having a second pregnancy, but I'm impatient of it. It's kind of like it's super long, 9 months. I want to have our baby.
We just want to get it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I want the baby. I don't want the. I don't. It's not like.
I don't want the journey of 9 months.
Yeah, actually, in a way, it's that. It's sad to say, but yeah, I don't want to. It's super long, 9 months, and the thing is that I guess we feel like that because we just did the 9 months, and the ending was. No, because before Pops, the video I was making this morning, how impatient we were, to be with him, to meet him.
Especially last 2 months or even last month.
The last 3 days, it was insane. Like we were walking and then we say, we are walking like so that Poppy Pop is coming and everything, and you kind of it was kind of like it was supposed to be here, and I mean.
For me, it's also at the beginning when you don't know even if it's gonna be even good seed or bad seed.
Ah, but the first 3 months, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a miscarriage or no, yeah.
You know.
That's even something else. How many babies are not wanted or are not really loved or properly cared for?
That's also in the book. She said like how many babies they would just leave it outside and ask who want the baby, we couldn't. And I think all those parents that a couple of them cannot have kids and were trying so hard, but that's life. It's not in your.
Plus, was our first real pregnancy. It's something amazing. We discovered everything. When he kicked and everything, how we moved, like the sleeping, everything changed. Especially for you. For me, I was just trying to chase after him to feel him kicking, but...
My aunt Nathalie, who is handicapped, asked us for a picture of Poppy. We found on Etsy a beautiful frame that we could personalize with Poppy's name on it and offered it to her.
Ça va mieux. Ah, attention Nathalie, c'est fragile.
Ouais,
Sur le... Tiens, le cadre, voilà.
Ah, Poppy. Il est beau.
Et le cadre, il est superbe.
Ah ouais, vraiment. Merci, Alex.
A few days later, it was time to remove the Christmas decoration. We love them, but for us, it's enough to have them 3 to 4 weeks. Plus, it was time to turn a page with this new year starting. And a change of scenery was necessary. A cool thing where we live is that the second weekend of the year, the town hall is collecting all the Christmas trees, so we just have to put it on the pavement. January is also the season where we eat king's cake in France. So we ate. Actually, I ate a few of them. But we will talk more about that tradition in the next video. As always, we spent so much time together. One evening, we made ourselves a cozy aperitif with the beers we bought while visiting a Christmas market in December.
Chin chin.
Chin chin passage.
We also received a box full of gifts from a dear friend of us that is living in China. She sent us all her favorite items. It was so meaningful to us and so kind of her.
Oatmeal face scrub.
Ah, nice.
With chamomile oil, rice callus culture, and marshmallow extract. For Tina, my favorite spa items I discovered while on holiday in Vietnam. Moisturizing cream, rice extract.
Special gift for quiet moments shared with each other and friends. Oh, nice. And this would go on top.
Special for your home, my favorite home fragrance.
A candle!
Thank you very much, Joy, for that. We also received the cards we ordered from a small maker in Paris. We find them so beautiful and so meaningful that we order a few of them online as we can't always find them in Strasbourg. Another really hard moment of January was receiving our family book with Poppy in it.
But it's hard to think that actually all our life will be living with that, you know. Like I said, the psychologist at least giving us something to look forward the day we die.
Who said that?
Me. Not that I want to die now, I want to have a long and a happy life, but healthy.
You say psychologist?
Yeah, Maud.
Told that?
No, me, I said that. That at least, like, you know, the day we will die, but at least we'll know. You know, like either we know what's happened, or we die, there is nothing, nothingness, blackness, and then we stop asking the question. So it's also solving the problem.
Oh, yeah, you won't be able to ask questions.
No, but the question will stop, you know, because I'll be dead. So.
Well, I have to understand.
In January, we once again met with Maud, the psychologist of the maternity where we had Poppy. Later that month, we went to our first group meeting where parents meet and talk about stillbirth. We also had our first appointment with teenage gynecologist who was really supportive, as well as with the hospital gynecologist to talk about the autopsy's result. So far, everything is fine, and the only additional test we could do was an immunological and genetic testing. We also spent time with family and friends, tried the best tiramisu we have ever had, and another day went to a newly opened restaurant in Strasbourg. Tina was also experiencing a new cookie recipe. A cool thing we received was the Daily Packers t-shirt. I already had tested one and then ordered a few more for me and Tina. One weekend, we woke up to a frozen world. It was so beautiful. And we had to go out to enjoy what would probably be the only time we had a real winter here.
Jump! Jump! Wow!
Whoa! Look at this.
Ah, you see there is no water. Svinho.
They told me to break something. Yeah. Here I'm breaking. Nice piece.
The next day, as the icy world stayed and it was a bit sunny, we decided to go to the cemetery where we said our final goodbye to Poppy. It was good and actually made us realize that the cemetery isn't that bad after all, and is a beautiful place. Following that, we obviously went in nature and headed to Portales Park for more time in that frozen wonderland. And it was good because toward the end of January the ice melted away and we had a warmer weather, meaning that the weekend after we went to Lavanzano for another small hike. And that was the end of January. Even if time seems slow while living it, it moves quite quickly. To finish this video, here are some footage of the swans living next to our place.